Good evening. Is the frequency in use on Brain Trust's channel, or you can look me up on K4PEW, or you can look me up on Brain Trust or K4PEW, or just Simplexton. We'll bring up. You'll get to it. You'll see it. You might have already received a notice that I'm live if you're a subscriber. Anyways, good evening. My name is Paul, K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Nothing heard. If there's any priority traffic, well, if there's an emergency, call 911. I'm not sure what priority traffic actually is, but if it's an emergency, you call 911. If it ain't, call us. And if it's a real emergency, you can't get a hold of 911, call us anyway. We'll help. Net may be broken at any time for an emergency. For information on this net, see our website at 146415.net. 146415.net. Should be easy to remember. Or you can see us on our Yahoo groups, which is MJ, that's Mike Juliet _ Sierra Sierra. Or you can send us an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, except last time I was 15 minutes late. My apologies. But we conduct the net on the course 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to have fun and hopefully help people understand how their rigs, how their antennas, how their signal gets out, and it helps make them better able to serve the public and their families in an emergency. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, training, anything that relates to ham radio that supports the ham radio community or the community in general. It's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by net control. Are there any announcements? Nothing heard. If there's any, my announcements are, of course, we've got the Tuesday night net coming up. I believe it's still going on. That would be the AA4VU. That's the Amateur Radio Club for Vanderbilt University. That's on 443-800. And that's on Tuesdays at, I'm going to read my notes here, 7:30 p.m. And that's on 443.800. With an offset of plus and a 123.0 PL. Then, of course, we have our Wednesday night, same place, same time, except with the Wednesday edition. And that's on Wilson County Amateur Radio Club. It's 8 p.m. on Thursday. That's the next one. 8 p.m. Thursday, 147.105 with a plus offset and a tone PL 156.7. Does anybody need any fill on those? Well, we got one more, and of course, do not forget the Ham Quest, Middle Tennessee Ham Quest, and just fun place to sell stuff and see stuff and buy stuff and have a good time meeting some friends and meeting new friends. And that's at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. That's July 28th. Make sure to mark the calendars. If you're not there, you're going to get demoted. If you're a general, you go back to technician. If you're an extra, you go back to general. If you're a technician, you're kicked out of amateur radio. Not a big deal, because we have no authority whatsoever to do any of those things. All right, we'll start the net. No more announcements or any fill on those announcements.
KG4SF.
Yes.
Are they still having that group that came up from Alabama in that little house up there? Because I went to that lake one year and they were still in there. They were closing down in that little house that's kind of near the what's it called, where you sit under there with all them picnic tables.
Yep, they will have the I forget the name of the organization, but it is a ham radio sales organization, and they will be in that I forget what they call it, the Cracker House, or I forget what it's called, but yeah, they'll be there for certain.
KG4SF.
Very good. All right. Any other questions, Phil, or information about any of the announcements or any other new announcements? All righty. Well, let's move on. we'll start taking check-ins then. There's no other announcements. But don't forget to make a point to get to the Ham Quest to July 28th, and that's not that far off. So get your money out, cash. I don't know anybody who takes debit cards, credit cards, mobile cards. Nobody takes that stuff. You got to bring cash. That's just mostly because hams can't be trusted. All right. Let's start taking check-ins this time from the north. Please come now north of Division Street, north of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
KC8NNO.
Hey, Jeff. Hadn't heard from you in at least one net. I can't keep track for other than one net. You doing all right?
Yeah, not a problem. Doing all right here. Yeah, I haven't made it to a ton here in the summer months, what's going on and so forth, but actually saw your YouTube thing pop up, hopped in there, and ran up to the office real quick to see if I'll get in early tonight, and looks like I'm first one out there. Everyone have a good night. This is Jeff, KC8NNO. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, very good. You do have to make a point. You have to be here with a radio, like you reiterated for me on the notes there, on the chats. Yeah, appreciate you being there. Of course, as you just kind of said backhandedly, that family and work come first, and ham radio comes a distant second or third.
Yep, get it in when we can. KC8NNO. I'll be listening for a little bit.
Yeah, very good. That's why it's nice that I don't have an extended family here other than my mother and mother-in-law and my wife, and I don't have children to worry about or take them somewhere or those kind of things. It can be selfish, kind of. All right, who else is out there north of Division Street or north of Lebanon Road?
W4DBV.
Hey, Brian, you coming in loud and clear tonight?
Yeah, so are you. Your audio sounds really good. Maybe it's because I got a new pair of headphones.
Aha. I would need a new pair of ears. Headphones don't seem to matter much to me.
Yeah, well, my ears are gone. I've got hearing aids, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, I've got the deluxe ones from Walmart for $4.88, and they actually sound very good. So, just FYI. Anyway, good to hear you, and I copied Jeff very well. Of course, I've not heard anyone else because no one else has spoken up yet. I'll be sitting here for a bit. W4DBV.
Yeah, very good, Brian. Glad to have you in, and you're coming in really loud and clear tonight. In fact, the microphone sounds a little bit hot. I don't know if that's just me or just due to the distance, or I don't know what it is.
I'm not sure. I've not changed the mic gain processing or anything in any of those menus for several years. So whatever it was doing last week, it's doing this week. I am running 35 watts. Maybe there's a little less attenuation on the path. Who knows?
Well, if you'll go to there, whatever time that would be, about 8 minutes after the start of this thing, you can hear yourself on the YouTube feed. So that's one good indication, so you can hear it yourself. All right, Brian, appreciate you being there. Who else we got north of Mount Juliet Road? And well, it's actually north of Mount Juliet Road and north of Lebanon Road. I'll get that straight after 3.5 years. Or north of Division Street or Lebanon Road. Please come down. Well, Richard moved. Now he's east, so I got to wait for him. Anybody else north before I move on?
How about WY4G? Do I count?
Hold on. I did miss that. W which?
The WY4G. Do I count?
Well, you always count. Yeah, you're north of Lebanon Road, I believe.
That I am. Yeah, it's kind of north and west.
Yeah, you're doing fine. In Madison, right?
Yeah, worked today. When I got home, I mowed the lawn with the riding mower. Didn't do the trim part because it got too late. It started to get dark on me, so I'll do that here the next day or two.
Yeah, I know. I was out. I mowed yesterday and did the weed whacking today. And in the hot weather, it's never. Well, it's rare. I don't mind doing it. It's just not fun when it gets hot and humid.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I got the same thoughts on it. Just I want to get mowed again before it rained and even got taller and thicker.
Oh yeah, well I may have said it last time, but I actually fertilized twice this year and used bug killer, and oh man, the lawn's going insane. It's like a Jumanji out there. So yeah, it's it looks nice though. It's just it grows a lot faster when you get all this sun and rain. All right, Jeff, glad to have you in there. That's Jeff Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf up in Madison. And before that was Brian Whiskey 4 Delta Bravo Victor. He's up northwest Wilson County. And before that was Kilo Charlie 8 November Oscar Jeff, also up in the northwest part of the Wilson County. Who else north of Division or north of Lebanon Road? Then we'll move over to the west of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
KM4YRF.
Very good, Michael. How you doing this evening? You sound good as always.
I'm doing finer in frog hair, Paul. What about you?
Well, after getting all soggy and dirty and covered with grass clippings and getting whacked by stones with the weed whacker, taking a shower and cooling off and sitting here, I feel great.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a day like mine.
Oh, it wasn't too bad. It was just an hour's worth of weed whacking is about how to warm weather is about worth like 8 hours of regular work.
Yeah, an hour of weed whacking is an hour too many.
Well, it's always just rough on my back. I don't know why. It's messed up back in my old age. So, but you sound good, Michael. Appreciate you being in there. And that's Michael Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. And he's in Belshire. I finally figured out where Belshire was, but it's not really a well-defined community, is it?
No, it's not.
I know there's a Belshire. The first thing that comes up on the Google map is it's like a Belshire. It's either a food store or it's called Belshire. Maybe it's a Taco Bell. It's something. It's the first word that comes up.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about. I can't think of the name of the thing, but I'm on rugby.
Okay. Very good. All right. Appreciate you being in there, Michael. Who else we got west of Mount Juliet Road? Please come in.
KI4WBZ.
Hey, how are you doing, Chris? Haven't heard from you in a little bit. You must be busy.
Yeah, went to breakfast this morning there at Brian's. More than I expected, but yeah, just been recovering from sunburn, keeping busy, working inside. I throw in another number for check-ins, and also good to know I'm on low power too.
Yeah, you're good to me. You've got about an S9 on low power, and you're still over in Hermitage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you sound great. Well, it's a little lower audio, but it's still a very good signal, solid copy. Very, very little hash in there. So yeah, your low power works good.
All right, I'll try it on high here just to see if anybody else picks me up. KI4WBZ.
Yeah, a little better audio there for me anyway. It's everybody should be able to hear you. That's Kilo India 4 Whiskey Bravo Zulu Chris. He's in Hermitage. Well, now he's on high power, but earlier he was on. I take it was 5 watts. Did you say?
5 or 10, whatever the minimum is for this mobile here. But yeah, one of the 2.
All right, very good. Appreciate you checking in, Chris. And again, Kilo India 4 Whiskey Bravo Zulu in Hermitage. Who else west of Mount Juliet Road? Well, then we'll move over to the east of 171. Please come in. East of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
Before the W4HL and Carthage.
Hold on, Carthage. First, I got Eddie in there. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. I think I threw everybody with the route number. Eddie, go ahead. Yo, Eddie. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray.
Yes. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. And enjoyed this rather cool day. Just thought I'd check in, give you another number, W4BX.
You got to be careful using that word number in case FCC, FDA, CDC, one of those people monitoring. It has a different implication in another world, in the drug world. Not that I know those things. Anyway, good to have you in there, Eddie. It's Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray, and I think I heard Carthage in there. Say again, come again, please. Carthage Station, please come now.
W4HTL, Tom up there in Carthage. Good evening.
Yeah, very good, Tom. Good to have you in there. You're good, solid signal. You didn't raise your antenna any, did you?
Yeah, for some reason I'm having trouble with you dropping out on me. I don't know what that is. Like I'm just 9 or 10 over, and then all of a sudden you just disappear.
I can't imagine why, unless it's me and my foot switch going bad on you. How's that? Is that better? K4P then.
Yeah, you didn't drop out as often that time. I kind of heard you that time. It was kind of like it just shut off for a second there. I was ready to start grabbing coaxes and checking out stuff over here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, actually, it was funny. I looked up and it actually had on the face of my radio, somehow I must have hit it, and it said tone. You know, I had that little T in there indicating that there was a tone set, but I never have a tone set. I think somebody's fooling with my radio. No, it's I don't know if that had anything to do with it, because it might have been transmitting a tone, I guess. I don't know. Anybody notice a tone and notice a break besides Tom?
Yes, and I was wondering what the heck. I didn't know if it was my radio.
Aha, so there was something going on. All right, Tom. You sound good, though, from Carthage. Did you raise your antenna at all?
No, I put the deal vertical up. I'm still working on my quad. I'm going to order a feet as far, and then I'll be ready to put it up in the air here maybe in a week or so.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a loose microphone cord or something's going on there where your signal is breaking. I mean, not the signal's not breaking up, but your audio has got a lot of crackling.
Well, maybe me. I'll check it out here and work it around a little bit. See, is it still doing it?
Well, the first part it did that sentence, it did a little bit, and the last part it did not. So it leads me to believe there's some kind of something. Sounds like it might be in the mic connection or something.
It probably was. I had a hold of it there, juggling around a little bit. I'll give you a Q-tip and clean it here, man.
Yeah, it sounds better that time. So it's intermittent, whatever it is. All right, very good, Tom. Glad to have you in there. That's Tom, Whiskey 4 Hotel Kilo Lima, and he's in Carthage, one of our, well, not the most distant station, but good distance from me anyway. Who else do we have east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come in.
WA4ZHI.
Well, you're slow on the mic tonight. You know that.
Well, you threw me off with your directions a while ago.
Let's show you off with the route number.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump in on anybody in the wrong place.
Yeah, no, I thought, well, maybe he's off tonight. Maybe he's off on vacation somewhere. No, it's good to have you in there, James. You sound great.
Yeah, I've heard about half the people you've talked to so far, not everybody.
Well, you ought to jump into the web. You don't have to do it right now, but if you go on the YouTube video, and you'll see yourself in there at about 18 minutes into it, so you can hear how loud you are.
Well, I'm looking at it, and you're paused right at the moment.
I'm paused? What is it doing?
It's just a still picture.
Well, that's odd, because I'm doing everything just, I don't know. I've got nothing wrong with I'm looking at myself being transmitted, but I don't know what's going out the other end of this thing. In fact, I've got it hooked up, instead of using my Wi-Fi, I hooked it up direct to my router with a cable, so I wouldn't have any difficulties with the wireless portion, but maybe that's not working out. But does anybody else have any difficulties?
Oh, it's working fine here.
All right, James, it's all you, man. Maybe your brain's on pause.
Hey, babe, but you weren't good about the first 10 or 12 minutes, and then it went into pause.
Yeah, it just might be the speed at which your internet and the way your processor does videos. I don't know. I have no idea. I get confused by this stuff after all these years. I know I reduced the quality from 15 megapixels to 6 in order to decrease the amount of bandwidth going out, so it might not have those pixelations that I saw last time. I was trying to avoid that. All right, James, appreciate you being there. You've been a long time, 3+ years on the web, almost every week. You might have more times than me. Who else out there east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come in.
Okay,
Hello, Stan. You sound good tonight, as always. You doing okay?
Doing good, Paul. How about yourself?
Well, you know what they say. If I was any better, there'd have to be two of me.
All Roger, Roger. Seems like you're doing good then.
Yeah, no, doing pretty good. Just as you get older, that I never thought I'd be in this position where I'd have those complaints that my father used to have. But it's true. When you get older, little things start going wrong and they start to bother you, like joints, muscles, backs. But I'm doing real good, real good. Who else? Stan, appreciate you being there. There was Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. Stan, he's over right there north of downtown Lebanon. And of course, before that was Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Hotel India. James, he's right here in the middle, right almost, well, I don't know what the middle of Mount Juliet is, but he's just east of Mount Juliet Road, right about north of, well, just northeast, east of the library. Everybody knows where that is at the top of the hill here on 171 or Mount Juliet Road. Very good. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet Road?
KG4, I think.
You a new checking?
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, very good, Kevin. You sound good. And of course, it's hard not to sound good. We worked each other, I think, on a 1 watt try one time.
At least. Hey, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but you got a little bit too much mic gain on there. It's kind of just a little bit hot. It's not.
Menu 1. Menu 1. Menu. High. Low. High. Low. Medium.
All right. I just changed it. Does it sound any different?
No, it's still got that. It may be my speaker, but it's just like a hum in there. Kind of almost like your power supply not strong enough or something.
It's like a what not strong enough? Your one of your kids or your dogs is in the background.
Yeah, it's both because them kids and dogs, they all sound the same. No, it sounds like your power supply is not strong enough or something. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's you got a little hum in there. It's not real bad, but it's there, you know.
Yeah, I got you. All right, we'll see what I can do. Hold on. All right, I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, 0. How's that sound? Hold on. I changed it at all for you?
No, it's the same. I don't know if anybody else is picking that up, but I know maybe it's just meant my speaker over here.
All right, we'll find out. Thanks for the fine criticism. No, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to get feedback on what looks good, what sounds good, etc. Who else in there? Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road? Please come in. I'm not copying whoever that is. Yeah, I heard a voice in there real weak, but say again. Anybody? Who is that that was just trying to check in? Can anybody copy that? Because I couldn't. No copy. One more time, please. Nothing heard. Let me move on then. We went east. We're going, no, we did west, east, south of 40. Please come in.
KN4 AJL.
Hold on. I had a quadruple in there. There was a multiple pile up there. I heard AJKN. It's KN for AJL. How you doing?
How you doing? Doing pretty good, Paul. I didn't mean to create a traffic jam there. I know there's quite a few of us south of 40, so I didn't hear nothing for a second, but I figured I'd jump in there. And yeah, Kevin was saying you had a little hum in there. I think we talked about that before. You do have a little hum. It's nothing major. You got great audio, great signal. But it almost sounded like earlier, maybe your mic switch or something. It was unkeying itself. And then you'd come right back. Copy.
Yeah, it could be my uncoordination using my left foot for the mic switch. That might be the other problem. But yeah, I'll see about that. Normally the guys with a great, you've got a good antenna in a good location, so you're a good indicators, and so is Kevin, and usually Scott is too down in Laverne. So I'll get a handle on this. So some other people, either they can't hear it or they just ignore it or they think it's normal. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, Bob, you sound good though. KN4, excuse me, Kilo November 4, Alpha Juliet Lima, Bob, and he's in Las Casas. So you sounding good tonight? I mean, you sound otherwise a good sound signal from me.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not having any problem at all. You sound real good. Other than the little hum and the little sound like maybe a mic switch ordeal going on, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, you're doing a fine job.
All right, very good. Yeah, you can hear yourself at about 823 or something like that if you want to on that web thing. Oh wow, I saw Steve. Steve is in there. It's Kilo 4 Whiskey Kilo Uniform. He'll have to check in. Wait till I get finished here with the South, and we'll try the out of state check in, Steve. Very good. Who else south of 40? Please come now. Oh man, I heard Kilo Delta 4, and I didn't catch the rest of it. Wow. There's still, the audio is there, but very weak. And if I should be wearing headphones, I heard I heard the Kilo Delta 4 Zulu. What was the rest? Oh, Tom Yankee, how are you tonight? Oh yeah, no, you're right. It is a good day, and I'm just trying to figure out why is your audio so low today? Let me make sure I got your call is Kilo Delta 4, and then it's Zulu Tom Yankee. Is that what you said? I'm sorry about that. I was trying to figure out why it didn't sound right and didn't look right. But yeah, your audio is very, very. If I turn up the speaker volume a lot, I can hear it. But it's a very, very light audio, but a decent signal. Yeah, because I don't remember you having that low in audio last time you were in here. Yeah, I really jerked up the volume on the external speaker here. I'm afraid to leave it there for fear of the next check-in blowing my ears out. But yeah, I appreciate you being in there. And the first name is Ed? Yeah, very good. Appreciate it, Ed. And of course, that's Ed Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Zulu Golf Yankee, and he's in Shelbyville. Good stretch from here, but it's a decent signal, a little low on the audio. I'm sure somebody else heard that low audio. We'll move on. Somebody might mention it. Who else south of 40, please come in?
KT4SYB.
John. Carthage, that was a while ago, kind of weak.
Okay, very good. Hold on there. Well, it's Tom. Is it Whiskey 4 Hotel Kilo Lima? Tom?
Go 4 Victor Delta Lima.
Victor Delta Lima. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, good. Wait a minute. Hold on, Larry. I was putting somebody else off, but yeah, very good. Let me make sure I've got your call correct again. It's say it again, please. The Carthage station, please say again. Carthage station, please say again.
Oh, it's Don, Delta Oscar November here in Carthage. You got a problem if you're dropping out or something, you're not keying up or something.
All right, hang on one second. I'll switch mic switches there, the transmit switch from my left foot to my left hand. That'll be better, I hope. Does that sound good okay at this moment?
Okay, yeah, that sounds great to me. But no, that was me earlier when you was calling for North. I had forgotten I had the power cut down way down on his radio. I'm on a different radio tonight anyway.
Okay, very good. And again, give me your call again because I think I wrote it down wrong.
Kilo 4 Victor Delta Lima.
All right, very good. But now your audio is decent now. But before it was, man, it was really. I could make out the voice there, but not much else.
Well, I haven't changed anything on the audio. I just changed the radio from 3 watts back up to where it ought to be.
All right, very good. Appreciate you being there, Don. And that's Kilo 4 Victor Delta Lima, Don in Carthage. All right, who else do we have? I got Larry, I guess. Just skip right over Larry. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing fine, Paul. And that guy showed you, his audio was way down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was way down. You're right. But normally, I don't remember it being that bad before, though, from Shelbyville. I think there was something going on there.
Oh, no, I got him full scale, and there's something wrong there.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I just figured there was. It was a real low audio. Like I said, I had to jerk that thing up almost to full volume just to copy him reasonably well, you know. But you sound good tonight, Larry. I was going to ask you about one of the other stations, but I forget which one it was. Are you copying most of the southern stations?
Oh, yeah, I get most of the southern stations. Is next Saturday breakfast?
Oh, yes, I'm glad you said that. Next Saturday is the breakfast. That's a week from today is the breakfast at the Mount Juliet Barbecue, which is right there at just south of Division Street, a half a block. And if you go past the railroad tracks from the south, you've gone too far. And if you go over the railroad tracks, make your first left after the railroad station, and you can run right into there's a Jet's Pizza there and a barbecue. Thanks for mentioning that. I almost forgot about that.
Okay, hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, very good, Larry. That's right. Don't forget the breakfast at Barbecues, 8 a.m. next Saturday, July 14th. All righty. There was another couple of stations in there. They were doubling. Who else was in there from south of 40? Anybody south of 40, please come now.
K1SPD.
Hello, Scott. You sound good, as always.
And that did correct your dropout problem. You were clicking. I never knew if you were talking or not. If you were talking or listening. But your mic is better now.
Yeah, well, foot switches are great, but it's number one, I'm barefoot, and number two, it just isn't as smooth as just staring right at the button here in my hand and using it. It's a very positive way to make the mic work.
Certainly. All right. Well, I got no traffic.
All right, very good. Good to have you in there, Scott. That's Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. And he sounds good as always. Who else? You're not hearing any buzz on my signal, are you?
Oh, yeah. That's never changed since the first time I told you.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Well, I still got to work on that issue. All right. Who else south of 40? Please come down.
How about W8IFG?
I think there was a double in there, so hold on. And W8IFG. How you doing, Adam?
Hey, good evening, Paul. I am operating from a slightly different position tonight. I'm crossband portable from the backyard, sitting up on the hill watching the sunset over the horizon. So I was wondering earlier if the problem I was hearing was on my end with this configuration, but I have been hearing the intermittency on your signal. Over.
Okay, very good. I'm glad I got corrected. I didn't realize that was happening. I have had it happen before, but I just thought that I must have a bad trigger finger on my left foot. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw the note, but I sent you. But you did you and Kale did a very nice job on that video for the Nashville Club's field day.
Yeah, I did see that. Thanks very much. Yeah, it was fun to work on for the most part until the end when I started running into some problems. But by the grace of God, I got through it somehow today, and my program kept crashing every time I tried to render the
Yeah, who had the nice drone?
That's mine. One I've had for quite a while. I'm still not very good for, it's got a powered gimbal on it, so all the everything's steady. The motion is steady and stabilized, but I'm still not very good with the actual maneuvering of the craft for good, smooth aerial footage. But I'm critiquing my work as I usually do.
Yeah, very good. I don't remember because I don't have that up right now. But where is that video on the web? Can you look it up under K4 CPO or Nashville Amateur Radio Club and find it?
Probably not. It's on my personal YouTube profile. So I just sent the direct link to the fellows in the club to distribute it. So yeah, that's probably the best way to get to it right now is just by the link from that email. Unless they post it up on the club's Facebook page or something. Lee may have done that by now. I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
Now I'll go ahead and do that. I've got that link, and I'll just send it out to the. There's about, I think there's 61 people on our list, so some of them will get a duplicate.
Yeah, sure, that'd be fine. Yep. All right. Very good. Well, hope everybody's enjoying the break in the heat. Tonight was a very nice evening. Very comfortable. Most of the day was too. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but I was out there weed whacking in the sun, so it wasn't as enjoyable. But yes, it was a very nice day. All right, Adam. That's Adam, Whiskey 8, India, Foxtrot Golf, and he is in. Oh man, I forgot again. Where are you, Adam?
Very east side of Brentwood. If anybody knows where Nipper's Corner is, just a couple miles south of that intersection on Old Hickory Boulevard and Edmondson Pike. W8IFD. Have a good night, Paul.
Yeah, very good. From Brentwood. I would just make a general statement there for Brentwood. All right, who else south of 40, please come
in. Kilo November 4, Charlie, Quebec.
All right, we got Preston. How you doing tonight, Preston?
She's doing great, Paul. Everybody sounding good out there tonight. I think he had a recheck out there from Shelbyville. I think that who was coming in there a while ago. But I say 73 to you and let you get on with it. Sounding good out here.
All right, sounds good. You sound great as always. It's Preston, Kilo November 4, Charlie, Quebec, and he is in Rockville. Who else? You said you had a recheck. Who's the recheck out there?
Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. I just wondered, what time was the breakfast? What time was it?
8 a.m. You can get there a little earlier or a little later. We're there usually a couple hours, so don't worry about being late. It's not like we have a formal start of the meeting and breakfast with a gavel. It's just a nice friendly gathering of guys.
Did that help the audio any?
Oh yeah, no, your audio's way up there now. It's as good as it can get.
Okay, I appreciate it. I thank you. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, very good, Ed. Good to hear you in there. And yeah, 8 a.m. next Saturday, barbecue. It was another paid ad. All right, who else south of 40, if there is one?
K4IDC.
Hello, Robin, the Pond Master.
Indeed. Thank goodness that project is almost behind me.
Yeah, as is my door.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it turned out nice. Next time an exterior door, I'm going to have somebody else do it. It's a pain, especially that. Well, that was because that was unusual. But yeah, you sound good tonight. I hope you didn't work outside today, did you? It was a nice day to work outside, though.
I did, in fact, and it was very enjoyable. I was outside most of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not enjoyable though when you're weed whacking. That's not something that's enjoyable to me. But yeah, you were doing the pond work today?
Oh, not so much. I picked up the irrigation system that we had scattered around it for the new sod grass seed, so I could mow the yard. So I got the yard cut, and of course that involved rolling up the ground radials for my 40-meter ground plan.
putting that back out. Change oil in the wife's car, things like that. So, fiddling, but making progress.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's progress, just routine maintenance is what you were doing for a lot of it, but that's what we all do. All right, appreciate you being in there, Robin. And that's Robin, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie, and he's over there by west of Mount Juliet Road over towards Percy Priest Lake. About, I think it's about 4.3 miles south of me. I just checked it yesterday. All right, anybody else south of 40?
Kilo 6 Kilo Alpha.
Kilo 6 Kilo Alpha, yes.
How you doing, Paul, sir?
I'm doing great. And I forgot what that call stands for. Hold on, I'm going to look it up because I don't want to sound stupid. Ah, there we go. You haven't been in a while, and you changed calls on me. And so where are you transmitting from? Your house?
Yeah, that's Ferdy.
Okay, very good, MJ. I didn't recognize the call again. So you're doing well though in a new location?
Yes, sir. Doing well. Can't say that much for my wife. She fell and broke her two bones in her wrist, and gashed her head, and got some staples in it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's so just a gash, not like a concussion or nothing?
Yeah, just a cut. She hit some concrete at the bottom of the steps. I think she kind of just skidded on it. She had a lot of abrasion. She looked like she'd been in a gang fight and lost.
Oh man, yeah, but see that wrist thing. Did they have to put any rods or anything in there?
Yeah, she's got to go back to 17th and have a plate put in.
Yeah, man, my wife had that some years ago, and yeah, that stuff's painful, man. That wrist stuff. The head stuff's bad enough, but the wrist stuff is very sensitive area.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of pain with it. I've been trying to keep her off the opioids and just give her the Tylenol.
Yeah, I can't. Tylenol doesn't do it for me, and the opioids I can't stand them because they kind of make me nauseous for some reason. So I guess I just have to live with pain if and when I have it.
Yeah, she wasn't having a lot of trouble with that. She just didn't have an appetite on those opioids. But she's not hooked on them, so that's a good thing.
No, I think that takes a while, and it takes more strength than I think they give us when they do give those. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your wife, and I'm hoping she gets better like really soon, especially the wrist thing. That's going to be a while though. I mean, like when I had my 6 broken ribs here last year, that only took 3 or 4 months to resolve, and that was painful enough. And a wrist you use every day, so that's pretty painful.
Yeah, she'll be in a cast for about 6-7 weeks. By the way, the doctor said those opioids, you could get on them within a week. You would be addicted to them.
No kidding. I guess I've never been on them that long. I was on Demerol one time, but I don't remember if that was more than a week. That was for a surgery I had after post-surgical stuff. That was a long time ago. All right. Appreciate you being in there, MJ. And that's Kilo 6 Kilo Alpha. And you're still classified as Woodbury there, right?
Yeah, that's affirmative.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I haven't heard Jim in there from Woodbury, but it's because his radio busted.
I haven't heard from him either. We're pretty close together out here. You ought to holler at me on the phone.
Yeah, no, his radio had a problem. I'm going to lend him mine if he doesn't get his fixed in a hurry. It's in the shop right now. So anyway, I hope to see everybody at the event. Hopefully I'll see Jim at the breakfast. I can give him my radio. All right. Who else south of 40? Appreciate you being in there, MJ. That's a Kilo 6 Kilo Alpha in Woodbury. Anybody else south of 40?
Before you go, Paul, the only reason I don't go to those meetings, that you have these meetings the same day that I have VE testing. So if you'll change that date to a different weekend, I'll come to them.
Very good. Well, we've got a couple of guys. We're starting to do a pirate luncheon the 4th weekend of the month, 2 weeks later. So we got the 2nd, and then the 4th, there's guys meeting there at the same day.
Okay, I'd probably make one of those. Okay, I'm out of here. 73.
All right, very good, MJ. Who else we got south of 40? Anybody?
recheck.
Yes.
Did you just say there was 2 breakfasts now?
Well, like I said, there's a breakaway group that's meeting the 4th Saturday. I'm going to send out a notice the next time because the last one they didn't send out notices, so just a couple people showed up. But yeah, it'd be good because guys like to get together, and we're just going to schedule another one 2 weeks later on another Saturday. Because really, they're not meetings; they're just get-togethers and hams and chewing the fat. You know.
Oh, okay, all right, right. KG4 my thing.
Why, did you want another meeting that you couldn't attend?
No, I was just wondering. It's just sort of like the net. You get the opportunity to miss twice.
Yeah, you get to miss 2 meetings a month. All right, very good, Kevin. Who else? We will be sending out notices, and if you're not on our mailing list, if for some reason, you can see us at MJ_SS on the Yahoo groups, or you can send me an email and ask me about it. I'll do a formal invite that puts you on the mailing list, and that's Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL November Echo Tango. Who else south of 40? And then we're going to go with late check-ins. And anybody in Kentucky? Is Steve still up there?
K4WKU.
Yeah, very good. You sound good, Steve. That's Whiskey 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform up there. He's just a little bit north of Bowling Green. You sound good.
Yeah, I got kind of rainy calls here. Fading in and out. I want to keep it brief. Just like stuff I'm watching videos and stuff real good on the camera there. Camera seems to be fixated on your microphone real good. So, give you another number. Sound good for Bowling Green. K4WKU.
All right, there you go. I moved the microphone. Not that anybody wants to see more of me and less of the microphone. But yeah, actually your signal's good. It's a little scratchy, but I was so used to the good signal we had when we both were pointing our beams at each other the other day. This doesn't sound quite as good.
Yeah, I don't have conditions like we did the other day.
No, but it's not too shabby from my vertical and from that's that 3-element beam, right?
Correct. That cush grab.
Yeah, it's doing a good job. It's you can hear yourself probably on time delay if you were watching it on the web.
Yeah, but then I'd have to go into a big 10 digit signal. So I won't do that. I turned the audio down. Just give me another number and say I can hear you.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, that was Steve. Kilo 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform, and he's up in Kentucky. So far, only out-of-state checking. Anybody else? Any late check-ins? Any place, anywhere? Please come in. Oh, that's funny. I was trying to figure out what that black thing was at the top of the screen there, and it's the bottom of my radio, the other radio that's right here, the one I'm transmitting in. All right, very good. I hadn't noticed it until just now. Any other no late check-ins? Then we'll move on to the lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, and scanner listeners. Of course, scanner listeners have to either text me, email me, or just yell out their window.
You're going to do a swap?
Yeah, we can do that. I just want to make sure everybody was checked in. No sandbaggers, lurkers, lollygaggers, or scanner listeners? Well, very good. Then we'll move on to the sell, swap, trade, and swindle net. Scott, I imagine you've got something you'd like to get rid of?
No, I was just seeing if anybody had anything I need.
Has anybody got anything they're trying to unload? Is anybody got anything they'd like to sell? Well, everybody, anything they want to buy?
I have about 8 sections of Rome 45 tower.
8 sections of Roan 45 tower, and that's Roan like ROHN, Roan 45 tower. 8 sections. Is it make offer time, or do you have a price, or would you rather just negotiate when they contact you?
We'll negotiate upon contact.
All right, very good. So the negotiated price on their own 45 8 sections, and those sections are how long?
Can be.
All righty. Somebody's got a great. Does it have the top section?
I do, yes. There's a rocket top section with or pointed top, as it's called, and rotator plate.
Ah, top section with a rotator plate. So that just sweetens the pot for somebody who needs 80 foot of tower. 80 feet. Wow. Somebody out there needs 80 feet. I can hear it. All right. Anybody contact? You can contact Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie at, I forget what the suffix. What's your suffix on your email?
Comcast.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't want to misdo it. That's Comcast.November Echo Tango. Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. 8 sections of Roan 45 tower. Sounds like a good deal to me. I wish, man, if you could just come over and install it at night when my wife's not here, that'd be a good thing.
Right.
It would be, yeah, the price plus the insurance for retribution from my wife.
Are you up for number 4?
Yeah, no, I don't think she'd be that upset. We can put it over there on the north side of the house, but she almost never goes over the north side of the house. So that might be a good spot to put an 80-foot tower.
And she never looks up, right?
I don't know if she does, but I mean, she never goes past the driveway in the car, and you can't see that side of the house for the trees. So sounds like a plan to me.
Well, there's also a fold-over mechanism for it, so all better.
Wow. Well, that'd be cool. Well, I'm gonna put that off for now. It's like I told my son years ago when he was 15 and he was hot to trot to get a car, and he said, he says, I wish we could afford a Corvette. And I told him, well, I can afford a Corvette. He says, he almost like blew up. He was so excited. He goes, well, then let's go get one. I said, I didn't say just because I can afford one doesn't mean I'm going to get one. And that's the way it is with an 80-foot tower. Just because I can afford it doesn't mean I can have one. All right. Anybody else to sell, swap, trade, or swindle?
How about KFOSIB mobile?
What do you want to trade or swindle or swap?
I just want to check in.
Did you check in under the sandbagger, lurker, lollygagger, or, well, you're not a scanner listener, obviously.
How about the lollygagger?
I don't believe I've ever heard the word lollygagger used on any TV or regular radio program, ever.
They probably don't know how to define it, and they're probably scared of the word.
I'm going to have to go look that up because I'm not even sure it's in the dictionary. I just have seen it used for years from somewhere, maybe from my Navy days. I don't know. We use the term skaters, too. So skate. I don't know if everybody's familiar. That was the people who were trying to always get out of work.
We call them slackers. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you another number and say hello when I get out of your way. I know you was having a conversation with somebody, but I couldn't hear them. Have a good night and take care. Appreciate it. KFOSIB.
Well, you're coming in loud and clear. Where are you located today?
I'm sitting at Mountain View Road and Highway 70 at the moment.
Oh, that's why. I was going to say your HT over in Lebanon is really working overtime.
I wish.
No, it's so you are going to put up an antenna there on the roof of the apartment complex?
I am. I'm going to put it on about a 30-foot mast right in front of the shack window.
Oh my gosh. And that's an apartment and you have a shack window?
I'm going to create a shack on the inside of that window, yes, sir.
And you're on the first floor or the second floor?
It's all one floor.
Oh, it is. I don't know. What's the name of the complex?
Summerfield.
Okay. I for some reason, I thought those were 2-story structures.
No, they're all single level.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I've lived in apartments before, and living below somebody isn't the most fun thing to do.
Well, we're covered on 3 sides, and that's going to help on the heat and air bill, I hope.
Oh, yeah, you're going to do great. How big a place is it?
It's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, pretty good size dining area, living room, kitchen,
utility room. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's not all that small either, really.
No, that's great. Well, I hope you enjoy the new place. It's sometimes when I'm out there weed whacking, I wish I had an apartment.
I understand.
All right, very good, Richard. Richard is mobile tonight. He's up at Lebanon Road and Mount Juliet Road mobile. That was Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo. Anybody else on want to sell, buy, swap, swindle, or really, really late check-ins? All righty. That'll about wrap it up. The Roan Tower sure sounds like somebody wants that bad. Remember now, that's Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie at Comcast.net. And that's for Robin. And he's right here in South End. Well, not in Mount Juliet, but just south of Mount Juliet. So he's kind of centrally located. All right. Then we'll just close down the net. And if you do have something to sell, just let me know and we'll post it on the web. And about 61 people will see it. We'll go from there. So appreciate all the check-ins. There was a grand total of 22. And as far north as Kentucky, and as far east as Carthage, and as far south as Shelbyville, and as far west as Brentwood, maybe. I'm not sure how far west. But all right, we have a great night. And this was coming up July, August, 2 more months, and we'll have 4 years being on the air on the Simplex Net twice a week, or usually twice a week, except when I'm hospitalized or sleeping. So you guys have a great night. K4PEW, closing the net.